I was having accidents anytime I'd sneeze or cough or lift my baby out of her crib. It was happening quite a few times a day.
My incontinence started suddenly 11 years ago. It's just increased in its taking over my life.
I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis about 8 years ago. I had never had any issues with incontinence. First it was gradual, and then it became more intense. And at the point where I had an accident on my way to church, I began to have the urge to use the restroom, and before I knew it, I'm standing in the middle of a sidewalk and I had an accident.
My son was maybe 6 months old at the time, and I had already realized I couldn't do the regular exercises I was used to doing. Every time I went running, I was leaking. And
it was like a faucet being turned on against my will. It was pretty sudden and disturbing.
If you were to ask me about the impact that incontinence had in my life in comparison to the challenges of multiple sclerosis, it was more of an impact, because if you're out and you are worried about having an accident or you have an accident, that's very embarrassing.
You're losing control of something that you've had since you've been out of diapers. I realized it wasn't right, but like any woman, I wasn't going to talk to my male OBGYN about it.
I did talk to my primary care physician about it. He sent me to a urologist who treated me from a male perspective.
I was not comfortable with some of the recommendations that I received, so I kept searching for other ways.
So I started talking to my friends and my sister-in-laws and reading up on it, and yes, it is a common problem that many women have, but most women don't do anything about it.
it's not a problem. It bothered me, but I would have never done anything specifically about it.
With my experience of training the body, I felt there had to be something that my body could do.
No one wants to continue to take medications for an extended period of time for something that could possibly be handled another route, which is what the Total Control program offered.
They were looking for an instructor to teach this class, and I'm thinking, perfect, I need help. I'm available to teach, so I thought it was a really good fit at the time.
When I got to class and learned about the transverse abdominal muscle, I was hysterical. I said, there is a muscle there, you know. So, I mean, this one muscle impacted my pelvic area and my back and just your whole core. It was huge for me.
Well, those first weeks I began noticing some improvement, for goodness sakes. I'll tell you, the most gratifying experience I had early in the class that continues is that I can sleep longer than an hour and a half during the evening, during the night, during sleep time, before I have to get up and go to the bathroom.
I saw improvement in, I'd say approximately a month with a 2 times a week session. So in the improvement I've seen, it's just increased. I no longer have any accidents.
I noticed results in probably 3 weeks. I felt so empowered. I felt, you know what, this is great because this actually works. No one has told me it works. I know it works.
So by building those muscles up through the Total Control program exercises, you really gain control of those muscles so you don't have accidents in the future.
The class is more than about doing these exercises. It's about getting the knowledge to be empowered to utilize and make really healthy and smart decisions every day that will impact your quality of life.
I love teaching the Total Control class. I've been a personal trainer, and I've been an aqua instructor, and I have instructed other classes, and there's just nothing like a Total Control class. You just don't realize how much this condition affects people until I taught this class and I hear some of the stories that they weren't able to do before, but now they're telling me that they're doing. They're able to go see their grandson play soccer. The younger women in the class tell me that they went out dancing the whole night before, and they came home with dry pants and they were so excited.
You can imagine how exciting it is to to gain control again